Delta 547, wind 19016, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 22 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 547.
Taxi via
Air traffic controllers protect our nation's airways. These are the stories of real air traffic controllers to boldly deliver a safe, orderly, and expeditious flow of air traffic from their departure point to their final destination.
Wind 19016, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 22 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 547.
I had a fam once, Delta 72, and operations wrote my paperwork. They had me as an inspector. And I didn't pay attention. I got on board and captain inspector. I said, oh, no, I'm just a controller. A little later, a captain trying to deadhead wanted the jump seat, comes on, and he had attitude, wanted me out so he could sit in there. Captain says, nah, he's an inspector. You're going to have to go in the back. I said, thank you, Captain.
I took a fam trip one time, and we were just about to close the cockpit door. All of a sudden, this guy walks in, and I'm in a 727, or 737, I believe. The guy walks in, I'm not sitting in the seat yet because it goes across the cockpit door. But the guy walks in, he's dressed casually. He's got a badge on, I think. And he points at me and says, "You, out." And so we know we're low on the scale when it comes to fam trips, and pilots get first. Turns out this guy was a pilot, didn't know that at the time. But when he said, "You, out," the pilot turned around and looked at him and said, "No, you get off my GD plane." Told him to get off. And I'm like, holy cow, what have I gotten in the middle of? And so that guy stammered off, got off the plane. We took off. I'm being quiet. I don't know what to say. As soon as we get out of 10,000 feet, the pilot turns around and says, "That guy was a scab." So I threw him off. Well, I started thinking about that. Yeah, I'm a scab too. That came in after this track. So, but I didn't mention anything, and he didn't ask me when I hired on, and it was a great flight. Went to North Carolina for the weekend. Coming back, and I'm like, what are the chances? Getting to the terminal near my gate, there's that same pilot that got booted off the plane. He's obviously waiting for this flight too. It was a flight with 2 jump seats, and we flew side by side all the way back to Houston. And it was very uncomfortable. And I asked him something, while we were just after liftoff, and he said, "This is a sterile environment. You cannot talk below 10,000 feet." And he was right. I didn't know that, but I learned it that day.
I went on a fam trip when I was in the military, stationed at Dover Air Force Base on a C-5. And as we're in the C-5, we're in the pattern. All of a sudden, they get a call. "We need to go. You need to refuel. You need to go here." And I'm like, "Well, it was me and another person in the Air Force." And I'm like, "Are you dropping us off?" They're like, "Nope." Okay, well, now we're on a mission. And when we go, they're going to refuel. I'm like, "Well, can we at least go check out that refuel?" So we did. I got between both pilots and watched as the boom was coming down. And it's a very dangerous procedure, too, because you're in air, in Centers Airspace. But so I'm here taking a little picture, so I still have those. Are probably the coolest pictures I have on the fam flight. And then luckily we came back 4 hours later, because when we were on our way, we had to go somewhere to New York. They had a touchdown. I don't even know what happened. Then we had to fly back, and we were back in time for me to go pick up my son at the daycare at 6 at night. He was the last one, poor thing, he was crying. So that was interesting on that fam flight I had. Oh, another one, I'll tell you one more. My sister lived in Mexico, so I fammed to Mexico City. Well, it's funny because when I flew there, it was, everything was great. But on the way back, the pilot's, "Okay, we're non-radar, so just help us look out the window in case you see something, And I'm like, "Okay, and we're going to take a shortcut." I'm like, "No, you cannot take a shortcut on non-radar. They're planning time and distance. Radar, we see them, but literally they had to call them shrimp boats. You kind of do time and distance where but you just cut through the airspace and you could hit another plane." But so now I'm really looking out the window. And then when I landed, they treated me like royalty. It was pretty funny, but that was the scary part when they took a shortcut in on radar,